Hey YouTube, Gordon Miller here. Okay, so this video is dedicated to all of those who, like myself, use a CPAP machine for sleep apnea. I was diagnosed a couple years ago by a good friend of mine, Dr. Demi Barot, and he knew right away what my problem was. I was falling asleep while driving, and I was falling asleep in meetings. I was chronically tired. I was ill. I had been deathly ill for 18 months with these lung infections that they couldn't cure. That's where the massive doses of steroids came from that caused 100 pounds worth of weight gain that I'm having difficulty getting off now. But they saved my life in terms of clearing up the infection in my lungs. And then Dr. Barot figured out that this is a case of sleep apnea. And then from there on, I've started getting CPAP treatments, and I haven't had any problems since. I've been sick, I think, once over the last 2 years, and that's it. Everything else has been terrific. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. If you guys are not sleeping well, or if your wives or girlfriends are saying that you're snoring, it's a genetic, and it's not just based on weight. Obviously I had gained the weight from all of the steroid use to kill the infections, but I was snoring and not getting good sleep before I got really sick. So my wife had been saying that I had been needing help for a long time. So I take all of my medical data constantly, usually daily. I track all my sleep, and I use both the ResMed S Plus sleep monitor as well as armband-driven Samsung Fit 2. And I used to use the Microsoft band. It had really good sleep diagnostics, but the band kept breaking, and I kept buying new bands, and the band is integrated, so I had to, they were expensive. So I found that the accuracy of the Gear Fit 2 was about the same and easier to wear. I also have worn my Apple Watch, but wearing my Apple Watch to bed is not exactly, ideal. Right now, the Gear Fit 2 is one of the best things. And we'll do a whole series on all the different devices that I have for collecting everything from O2 oxygen levels to blood pressure. I bought literally every device there is, and I've tested everything, and it's worth sharing which ones are good. I think that everyone here who is concerned about their health can benefit from some of the techniques that I've developed. So the thing that I wanted to share today is the fact that for the longest time, I've been light sensitive for the longest time since I can remember. I used to have, as a kid, my mom had to make blackout draperies that had heavy vinyl or whatever on the back side, so no light could come in at all. This was in the late 60s, early 70s, and really it was terrible. I mean, any amount of light has been hard for me, and I take my heart rate in the heart rate monitors every night while I'm sleeping. The ideal range, at least for me, is when I can drop to 54, 56, 58 beats per minute, and that's great. That's actually a really good number. Anything below 61 is really good. 61 is the low end of the normal range, and so any amount of really good sleep is important that you get into that zone that's below 61. And I find that I feel a lot better, and everything in the world can affect that. So if I have a cigar, it may bump it up a couple of points. If I have an adult beverage, it can change it. And it's interesting though, different wines affect it different ways. White wine different than red wine, bourbon different from vodka. It's how your body reacts to the different types of things. So I posted an actual information graphic on one of my Facebook posts. I'll have to redo a session on alcohol and sleep. But for today, the thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that since I started tracking my data, I was looking for things that can help improve both my sleep as well as my overall sleep numbers in terms of my data. And ironically, this little thing, which is a sleep mask, has proven to be one of the best things. It has reduced my overall heart rate down by 3 or 4 points. So where it might normally have been at 62 or 63 in a given night, based on what I ate and what I had to drink or other activities I did during the day, then it would drop it to 59 or 58. And I'm like, wow, that's really impressive. You know, it really made a huge difference. So anybody on CPAP, knows that, having the thing on your face is, no fun. I use the ResMed A10 CPAP machine, and I use the just the piece that fits over your nostrils, not a full face mask and things like that. And so the piece that fits over your nose and it goes around with the straps. That's why my hair is always messed up, because even if I've gotten out of the shower, my hair permanently has dents in it from the straps for the CPAP machine. But this thing is really amazing. And I think I got a 2-pack for like less than $10. And the funny thing is that, it actually fits really comfortably. And, some of them are made better than others in terms of, where this rides high on my nose because of the piece here, these are running up high. And so you don't necessarily get the same light retention. There's another kind here that have the cutout, but with no nose mask. So, when I put it on and do something like that, then you can see how much further down these come, and that tends to provide a better seal. And so the interesting part about it is finding the right mask that fits for you and making sure that you get the right solution. I was surprised how much better I slept. Now, it may just be because I'm more light sensitive, so therefore, I'm going to end up having a much better night's sleep if I'm not distracted by that. In fact, my wife, who's legally blind, has these really bright alarm clock with these huge LCD letters or numbers, so she can see the time. And if she has it turned towards my side of the bed, it like lights up my whole side of the room. So she has to have it turned straight so that I can't see the display. But now it's not such a bad deal. And I find that I sleep better, I stay asleep longer, and I have a more restful sleep, and my numbers are better. So if I take back-to-back numbers, my numbers themselves, my overall heart rate is better. And so I thought, it's worth sharing with you guys. I'm going to put the link to the 2 that I bought in the description, and give it a try. I'd like to also hear what your experience is in the comments. If you're on CPAP, let me know. And I'd love to hear what your experience has been like. A lot of folks are on full face masks, and some of you folks are on just the either the full face or the smaller piece or the little nostril pillows like I have. I love mine, and I'm going to do more stuff on that later on as well, because I love the ResMed A10. It's the best. It's a self-titrating CPAP machine. It adjusts itself. It has built-in humidification, and it really has been a real lifesaver. I mean, it's a real piece of medical equipment that is essential for people with sleep apnea. And so I encourage everybody to try some of the eye shields, the sleep mask. I found that mine worked great, and I hope it works great for you as well. So let me know, like and subscribe.